إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, the subject of today's khutbah is the test and patience of Ayuub alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described in the Quran as he was a prophet. Inna awhayna ilayk kama awhayna ila Nuhin والنبي من بعده وأوحينا إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب والأسباط وعيسى وأيوب. Indeed, we have sent revelation to you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as we revealed to Nuh and the prophets after him, and we revealed to Ibrahim, Ismail, Ishaq, Yaqub, and the tribes and his descendants, and to Isa and Ayub. He is from Ibrahim alayhi salam's progeny, descendants, Ayub alayhi salam. We gave him, that means to Ibrahim, Ishaq and Yaqub, and all these three we guided, and we guided Nuh before them, or before him. And among his progeny, among his descendants are Dawood, Sulaiman, Ayub, Yusuf, Musa, and Harun. Thus we reward those who do good deeds, who do goods. In a hadith on Prophet's trial, the Prophet ﷺ said, the more severe of people to be put to trial, biggest hard trial to put on people are prophets. Then the righteous people, then the righteous, and then the likes of them. He ﷺ said, a man is put to trial according to the strength of his religion, how much religious he or she is according to his or her piety. If he was strong in his religion, his trial is increased. This hadith is from Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah. And in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in this manner, and mention Ayub. وَأَيُّوبَ إِذْ نَادَى رَبَّهُ أَنِّي مَسَّنِيَ الضُّرُّ وَأَنْتَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. One of the most beautiful dua in the Quran. And mention Ayub when he called to his Lord that indeed adversity has touched me. The harm, the distress sickness, calamity, affliction, uneasiness has touched me. And you are the most merciful of the merciful. We will go into little more details on this dua at the end of this khutbah, inshaAllah. The beauty of this dua, the way Ayuub alayhi salam appealed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his dire, grave distress, adversity, sickness. What a beautiful way of talking from a prophet to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we responded. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, so we responded. We listened and accepted his prayer. We listened to him and relieved his affliction, what afflicted him in adversity. And we gave him back not only the relief of his adversity, we gave him back his family and the like thereof with them as mercy from us. And a reminder of the worshippers of Allah, the reminder of his story, what he went through, the reminder of ourselves, the followers of Islam, followers of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam till the day of Qiyamah. This is the example and reminder. Mention or remember our devotee Ayuub when he called to his Rabb. Satan has touched me with this distress and suffering. So he was told, there's another incident at the end when he was getting the relief from his sickness and distress. Strike the ground with your foot. This is a spring from a cool bath and drink. And we restored him, his family, and a like number with them as mercy from us and the reminder of those of understanding. In one place, Surah Anbiya, Allah said, this is the reminder of the worshippers. And in Surah Sa'ad, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that this is the reminder of the people of understanding, who has the conscience. Then, to fulfill his oath of giving his wife 100 strikes, which he made during the sickness, we said, take a bunch of twigs, reeds, or bunch of grass, very thin and not that hard, and strike with it and do not break your oath. Indeed, we found him patient. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about Ayuub alayhi salam. We found him patient and an excellent servant, devotee. Two qualities Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing about Ayuub alayhi salam. Patient and excellent servant. Indeed, he was one of the repeatedly turning back to Allah. Third quality, repeatedly used to make tawbah and relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every aspect of his life. Now a little explanation about it. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala released him from his sufferings, he subhanahu wa ta'ala said to him to take a bundle of reeds, tie them together, and then hit his wife gently once. So this one hit would amount to 100, and he would have carried out his oath. Okay, in another opinion, it is said that Satan came to her, Ayuub alayhi salam's wife, in the disguise of a physician, of a doctor, describing her some medicines for Ayuub alayhi salam. She came to her husband and informed about it. But Ayuub alayhi salam knew it was shaitan, so he saw that he would hit her 100 lashes. Ayuub alayhi salam's reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He didn't want any help from shaitan, or he didn't want any help from any medicine from anyone in another term of describing it. Because we heard this dua that I am in distress, and you are the most merciful of the merciful. And what ended that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sprung the water from the ground, and from that special water Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him to take bath and drink from it. And then what happened, we are going to know a little later, inshallah. So he would hit his wife 100 lashes. It is said that he sought to do so because of her selling her plates, her hair, her braids. She sold to run their life. It was her good intention. She was a pious, righteous lady. Everybody abandoned Ayuub alayhi salam because of his sickness. She was the one only with him. Ayuub alayhi salam was abandoned in the corner of the society, utterly distressed with his severe sickness for years. This was another release, this special suggestion from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that and relief for him in particular in the case of his wife, who so patiently took care of him, and she was a woman of piety and righteousness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with her. Ayuub alayhi salam lived after his sickness for 70 years in the land of the Romans, preaching the religion of one God. But they once again changed their religion after his death. Ibn Zayd and other historians mention that Ayuub alayhi salam was 93 years old at the time of his death. And there is some other opinion that he lived more than that. Ayuub alayhi salam entrusted his prophetic missions to his son Humal, and then afterwards his other son Bishr, whom many people consider to be Dhul Kifl, because his prophetic responsibility to carry on the one monotheism religion from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he gave responsibility to his sons. Now some hadith on Ayuub alayhi salam. When Allah released Ayuub alayhi salam from his affliction, He rained on him golden locusts from the sky. Ayuub alayhi salam started gathering them with his hands and putting them into his clothes, the golden locusts. It was said to him, "O Ayuub, do you not feel satisfied?" He replied, "O Lord, who will feel satisfied from your mercy?" That means no one can be fully satisfied getting the boundless mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, while Ayuub alayhi salam was taking a bath without any clothing on him, plenty of golden locusts dropped on him. He started gathering them in his clothes. So the Rabb of the world called him, said to him, "Ayuub, O Ayuub, have I not made you free of need of what you see?" Ayuub alayhi salam replied, "Yes, my Lord, but I am not without need of your blessings. I cannot go with my life without the blessings of you, from you." Allah's Messenger Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if Allah wants to do good to somebody, He subhanahu wa ta'ala afflicts him or her with trials. In another hadith, afflictions, diseases, and sadness in this world are a recompense for sins. This is a return to repay, compensation, make amends to someone to loss or harm that person suffered. If a person goes through affliction, disease, or sadness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dressed him. This is the reward about the patience of Ayuub alayhi salam, how he was rewarded at the end. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu saying, Allah dressed him, Ayuub alayhi salam, with a dress from paradise. in this worldly life. He was dressed with a dress from paradise. With a dress from paradise, and he went aside and sat down in a corner. His wife came and could not recognize him. She said, "O slave of Allah, where did the afflicted person go who was here? I am afraid that dogs and owls have eaten him." She kept speaking so long to him. Then he said to her, "What is wrong with you? I am Ayuub." She said, "Why are you mocking with me?" He said, Ayuub alayhi salam, "I am indeed Ayuub. Allah has returned my body to me. Allah has returned my body to me." Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, he didn't take this suggestion from Satan and his false medicine. He was relied on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made him bathe from a special water gushed out from the earth. And then he was relieved from his sickness, and he was made in a special way. Even his wife couldn't recognize him. Imagine this. His wife couldn't recognize him, the way he was made beautiful and handsome. Ibn Abbas has said, Allah also returned to him his same wealth and children and doubled them for him. Okay, that's what we already said. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, this was the mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Ayuub alayhi salam, and a reminder of the worshippers. Ayuub alayhi salam's plight and example, who was a lesson for all those who are afflicted in their bodies, a wealth or their children. One should follow the example of Ayuub alayhi salam if afflicted by any adversity on this worldly life. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Ahqaf that لَمْ يَلْبَثُوا إِلَّا سَاعَةً مِّن نَهَرٍ. لَمْ يَلْبَثُوا إِلَّا سَاعَةً مِّن نَهَرٍ. The realization in the day of Qiyamah would be that as if they had not tarried, they had not stayed more than an hour of a single day. That's what the worldly life is. This is going to be passed within twinkling of an eye. That's why let us remember this saying, that two things define you. We'll talk about you. We'll say about you. Your patience in poverty. Your patience when you are poor, when you are broke, when you don't have enough money in the worldly perspective. And your attitude, how you behave, how you react in affluence, when you are wealthy, when you are rich. Ayuub alayhi salam's righteousness and relied on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when he was healthy and wealthy was the same. And when he was the same person in his sickness and poverty. When he has health and wealth, his reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was the same. And when he was a sick person and poor person, deserted person, his trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his piousness was the same. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, everything is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But whatever evil befalls on us, befalls you, is from yourself. In Surah Nisa. Let us adopt the understanding and moderate positive way in our life. Let me give you one example. It is a soft, flexible string that binds things better. The tiny, dry, hard branch of a tree cannot pry anything. It breaks easily. let us take moderate path of understanding that given up by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, what Allah can achieve by punishing us? He's Rahman Rahim. When we are in distress, fed up, maybe fed up from the fretful life of this earth, let's remember and learn from the brightness, from the bright, pious lives of the prophets in the past. Insha'Allah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين واستغفروا وأتوب إليه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وتوفنا مسلمين. وقال سبحانه وتعالى فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. أقيم الصلاة.